Hello and welcome to Lovebug Tarot. So today we are looking at what kinds of abundance are coming into your life. So we're going to be looking at the type of abundance that's coming in. That could be mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, kind of like what form that's taking. And then also, what are some challenges or blocks that may need to be worked on so it can come in easier. And as always, we'll ask for advice and guidance. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Again, if you are interested in any of the cute notepads I use, the link is in the description to a dear friend of mine's, Butte Arts. They're... Anyways, Peaches, yeah, if you know, you know. But yeah, they are a small business. They're a lovely person, so we love to support that, and that's what we do. All right. Piles. All right, so today we're doing kind of a mix of the portrait cards that I painted many moons ago. This is actually my first portrait series, was BTS. Anyways, so these are going to be the different tarot decks we'll be using for each pile. So pile 1, you have the Lost Unicorn, the Lost, Freudian, I don't know how that goes, but we'll see. The Last Unicorn deck. And you also have our Kitchen Witch. Okay. Pile 2, you have the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshitani. And your card is the mythological creature, the Bulge. I hope I pronounced that right. And also one of the members from Stray Kids. All right, pile 3, we have the Light Seer's Tarot. And you have another member of Stray Kids and the mythological creature, the Gumiho. All right, so feel free to pause the video, take your time. If you're not sure which pile you are drawn to, again, take as much time as you want. There will be timestamps in the description, so if you know which pile or piles you want to jump to, you can go ahead and head there, and I will see you in your read. Hello, pile 1. If you chose pile 1, you chose our Kitchen Witch here, and then also the Last Unicorn Tarot. So we did shuffle this off deck. Oh my god, off camera. Oh yeah. Brain fog is still a thing. Oof. It's getting better. If anybody didn't know, I had the Rona recently. So we are recovering. We're feeling much better. But the brain fog is real. All right. We did shuffle this off screen, but I always like to give it a shuffle. You can never shuffle too much. All right, so I think how we're going to do this is we're going to pull tarot first. Because we want to look into what kind of abundance is coming in. Maybe get some hints about not only what kind, but in like what form is it coming in. So I'll put our tokens and runes to the side. Okay, so for pile 1, maybe please get some cards so we may know what kind of abundance is coming in for them. Okay. All right, there we go. Good Lord. All right. Let's see what we have. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Page of Coins. 7 of Swords. I don't even know how many we have right here. All right. Try to get everybody on the scoring. Ooh, the Sun. Well, let's freaking go. Right in the middle, too. 2 pages. Okay. Queen of Swords. I'm just overlapping everything. It's fine. I'm knocking everything around. Nothing can ever, like, go smoothly, can it? It's just, nope, nope, nope. Okay, and ooh, we have one left. Oh. Sorry, I always giggle when I see this card. We'll explain in a moment. Okay. What kind of abundance is coming in for you, pile 1? First, like, right out of the gate, I'm seeing these 2 pages. Oh, we have a king and a queen. Something that's like a great pairing for you. We have a lot of swords. Something in communications or something you use your voice in. And you're very creative with it. And we have coins here, the lovers, and the sun. For some of you, I feel like this is something in your physical reality. But it's something in your physical reality. I say that because it's like we have the swords and the coins kind of prevalent here. So I'm getting the sense that this is something in your physical reality, but something that requires and uses either your voice or a high level of intelligence, because the swords is about the mind. Yeah. And it's something that's still kind of new. Still kind of new. And maybe you've been working in secret. You haven't really told anybody yet. But I just get the sense like when this hits for you, it's going to be big. Because again, the cards in front of me we have the Queen and King of Swords. And again, these are more about the pairing of energies here. It's really interesting with this particular Queen in this deck, because it's kind of an ominous situation here, both on the card and the scene in which, from the movie, this depicts. But there's a level of intelligence here happening, and a little bit behind the scenes too, something that's not out in the open. Both, again, I'm just seeing this scene, there's kind of this secrecy happening here, and with the Seven of Swords. And even with the Page of Swords too. This, again, the depiction from the movie here is in reference to this situation. And the 2 swords kind of crossing here is like, not telling anyone yet. So maybe it's on the down low. Maybe it's a little secret right now. You're under an NDA. You know, something you can't quite share yet. But when you do, again, King of Coins. So it's something highly intellectual, but also a huge opportunity. Again, the pages here, we have a lot of opportunity. Excuse me. Ooh. I always burp when I do reads. But there's definitely an opportunity for this to make a difference in your physical resources. That opportunity, like that opportunity is coming. And it's something you do feel very passionate about, and that's wonderful to have. Like, I get the sense that this is like in a career. Like, yes, we have the lovers here. There's 2 lovers cards in this deck. And this one depicts the tree that came to life and decided to smother the magician in love and affection. But the lovers, the card itself is also about making decisions, but also things coming together, a union. And with the sun here, So I'm getting the sense that like things are coming together. And when it does, like this is my favorite card in the whole deck. It's just gorgeous. The sun is also that big yes. It's one of the most positive cards. You'll be riding this wave of just joy, and that's summer sunshine, I want to say. And it's interesting I said that, because when this goes up, like, yes, this is a timeless read, so I feel like timing wise, take this with a grain of salt. Could be something happening relatively soon for you, because this goes up, we are about to go into August, which is Leo season and Virgo. But we are also kind of in the thick of Leo season. We have the sun here. Leo is ruled by the sun. So that's just something we're vibing with. Okay. So that's kind of, let's get some maybe confirmation with our tokens. Ooh, we got 2. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Okay. So we got the tokens, let's see, of Inner Light and Soul Family. I really feel like with the Knight of Wands here, but also the Sun, like this is something that, yes, is taking place in your physical reality. Like I feel for pile 1, we were talking about like what type of energy is coming in and what type of abundance. Is it mental, emotional, spiritual, physical? I feel like you kind of have a combo platter. And it's like, because you're doing something that you're passionate about, something that's, kind of, I want to say soul driven almost. Like this is something you just feel called to do. Because of that, and you've used your intellect, you've used, you've done things very wisely, very smartly, very intelligently. Perhaps there's a lot of like meticulous planning that went into this. Because of that, when this comes, there's going to be this emotional fulfillment, and also a reflection in your physical reality with your physical resources. And this could be, again, it could be money, it could be investors, there's something in your physical reality that it affects your physical resources in some way. Okay. That is very exciting. Dang. All right. So we are going to move on to our tea leaves. Our tea leaf oracles. Get some tea for pile 1. Ooh. A little bit more information either about the situation. Ooh, that's lovely. But also any kind of maybe blocks or challenges that may be coming down the pipe, so to speak. Okay. Whoop. That one's just... All right. Anybody from the second pile? Whoop, don't do that. I saw that. Sometimes my decks like to be like, oh, you want a card? Here's 50. It's like, no, please. Please, let's not. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, October. Okay. Again, timing in reads is always a little tricky, but we were talking about when this goes up, we're about to go into August, or we're just at August. It's like August, beginning of August. I don't know what time is. But this could be something that is starting now and kind of comes to accumulates, comes to fruition, comes to its peak in October. Or in the fall, depending on if you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. And if you're watching this in the future, it could be that this is starting soon, and it's going to come to fruition in the following seasonal change or season. So if you're in summer, it would be fall. If you're in, let's say, the winter, it would be spring. That kind of idea. Okay. All right, runes. You're going to have to sit in my lap. Sorry. We only have so much room. Cards take precedence. Not to say that you're not great. We love you, runes. All right, anyways, stop talking. Two inanimate objects. Fine. All right, so we have sunrise. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. That's, yeah, that we were talking about something going on, something new. That could be a part of this. Like, again, you've been working on something, building it up, and that could, a fresh start. That's lovely. All right, hills, obstacles to overcome. Okay, we're talking about that. Claw, be careful, do not take risks. Bow, you are highly thought of. Younger woman, dealings or relations with a younger woman or a feminine person that perhaps has less experience than you do. Again, I always kind of take gender and age with a grain of salt. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Ooh, okay. Okie dokie. It's interesting that we were asking about, okay, what obstacles might be present, what, what blocks could come up, and we literally got hills, which is obstacles to overcome. Careful, do not take risks. But in this endeavor, I feel like if you continue on the path that you've been doing, like what you've been doing, I feel like you're going to be okay. Because it says protected from negative forces beyond your control. Outside forces that you have no control over, you are protected from. I think the advice here is that don't do risky behavior. Don't go out and blow all your money on, like, I don't know, apples. I don't know why apples came up, but yeah, just I don't know, but I just got the idea of like stock markets, like maybe if you were thinking in investing, and again, I'm not an investor, I'm not licensed in any kind of financial institute, like none of that. So please do your own research when it comes to the stock market or investments or anything of that capacity. Please. But yeah, don't take risks. All right, I would like... Actually, let's get some clarification. I'm not sure if we're going to use runes yet. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. That's okay. Just kind of get a vibe for everything. Whoop. It is very warm and humid today. I don't really have AC on, so sometimes the cards get a little sticky. That's okay. All right, let's see, one for obstacles. Ooh, oh dang, the lovers again. Okay. I was looking at putting this one here. Okay, and then I think one for here. Okay. So we got the hills, and it's interesting we got the lovers again. 6. 2 6s. I also realized we got a lot of court cards up here. Anyways. There's something in this merging, and I think that that's the big obstacle to overcome. Something coming together. And like once those forces come together, could be you and an investor, you and a company. Maybe it's like getting a business license, like something of that. There are some obstacles to overcome, but once you do, like things will merge. Things are going to come together. And I love that you got the 3 of Cups with Cobweb. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. I have the feeling like your friends, your community, your circle of people, your family, they have your back. They have your back. And I just got the sense, like, especially because these three figures are toasting, there's kind of a celebratory, that it's like your accomplishments will be protected. And I say that, that's a weird thing to say. And I'm just getting the example of, let's say you get a huge promotion, you know, or you get your small business and you get a big investor, like something big happens, something big time that just, you know, catapults you into, you know, this amazing, abundant energy. And some people don't take kindly to that, like online, because there's always going to be someone out in the world who's just like, I don't like that they have what I want. And instead of taking steps to also achieve that or also get that in their own right, like they just want to be mad at that other person. I don't understand it, but I've seen it happen a lot. But that's a very specific example. And like your community stepping in or your friends, like again, that circle of people stepping in. And if someone tries to like put down your accomplishments or, you know, start harassing you online or something, they step in, they're like, no, absolutely not. This person is to be celebrated. They have worked hard for this. You know, we're not going to let you rain on that parade. Very specific example, but that's that kind of vibe. You're protected from forces beyond your control. You know, you can't please everybody. You can't, it is literally impossible. This could also be, and also like not even in the physical realm. This could be your ancestors, your guides, you know, the spiritual entities that surround you, being like, we got you. We got you. Be careful. Do not take risks. And the Eight of Wands. Okay, I'm going to absolutely reveal my nerdiness, but if you haven't figured that out by now, well, you're about to. I got this sense, remember Treebeard from Lord of the Rings? That catchphrase of, don't be hasty, you know. Don't be hasty. Even if things pick up, even if things are coming in fast, the Eight of Wands is like very fast-moving energy, news coming in quickly, things speeding up. You don't, just because things are moving fast doesn't mean you need to take a risk. So if there's a big decision to be made, let's say, you know, things are coming together and you're between like, again, Page of Swords, the two swords, like let's say a big decision has to be made. You can still take a moment, do the research. You can still take a moment and, you know, check in with your mentor, check in with your spirit guides, check in with your community. Again, this Three of Cups here. Check in with them. You know, again, do your research, sit with your intuition, and you don't have to just jump into something. You can sit and read a contract. You can go over, let's say it is a contract and you want to go over it with an attorney. You can do that. Absolutely. Just because something comes in fast and it's like, okay, we need a decision. You're like, awesome. I'm going to get back to you. I will absolutely make this decision. But I want to make a calculated decision. I want to, that this energy of swords, the swords energy, I just get the idea of the swords is about like cutting through the bullshit, cutting out anything that is not necessary to see something at its purest form, at its basic level. Kind of like, again, just using the intelligence and the logic that you clearly have to do what you do. And again, apply that. Don't feel pressure just because something came in fast to like, oh, it's got to be a fast turnaround. Like maybe take a moment. Maybe take a moment. Check in. See what's happening. Okay. Younger feminine energy. And the world. The world is about completion. A cycle ending so a new one can start. And it's very interesting that these two are at the opposite ends. Sunrise is new. The new hotness is coming in. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so these two, this younger person with this feminine, very feminine energy, I get the sense like perhaps that it's like someone who's an admirer of your work, of you. All right, I would like to get some more cards for that one. I'm not entirely sure. Also, just making note that they fell under our pairing here, the king and queen. And again, not genders, just looking at energies. It's kind of a pair. So could we please get... Whoa! Okay. And those two. Couldn't even finish my question. You're asking if we could get some more information about this younger person. Hey. Stay still. Okay. Okay. 10 of Swords. Another Queen. Dang. Queen of Wands. 9 of Swords. And the Hierophant. I get the sense this could be a mentor. Interesting that this fell both with the King of Coins and this younger person's energy. Because the Hierophant's about structure. If you think about it, it could be like, you see this figure here as a very religious figure, and they kind of hold the keys to knowledge, can be a teacher. There's some kind of hierarchy happening here. And we're also paired with the king. And the 10 of Swords. The 10 and the 9. This could be someone coming in that helps this big change happen. Helps this big... Because again, this is a major arcana. This is the last of the major arcana too. This is a new cycle turning over. This person comes in, and again, they don't necessarily have to be physically younger than you. They could be, maybe they have a little less experience, although in a mentorship, maybe they have more experience, but they could be younger in age. Again, or they could just have a younger energy. Some people just keep this childlike energy with them always, which is awesome. But I'm getting the sense of like, this is someone who helps you come in and like change, like shake things up, change things up, and helps build your confidence. Because the 10s are an end of a cycle. And the 10 of Swords here, again, we had a lot of swords, a lot of things in the mind, and as good as the mind can be about being logical and analytical and, you know, cutting through the BS, it can also, well, it can also be this. Sometimes the analytical becomes analysis paralysis. Sometimes, yeah, like we've all been there. I feel like this person is coming in and they see your potential. This bow, you are highly thought of. And they help you discover your own. It's not so much that they like give you confidence, they help you discover what's always been there. With the Queen of Wands here. Queens are very internal energies. It's always been there. But sometimes it's okay to have people help you out. And the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is about perseverance. This is something that you've been doing a long time. It can also be very guarded energy. You can see this person is literally guarding a fence. So this person, this mentor, however this person manifests in your reality, could be very protective of you as well. And it's interesting it fell right in between, so this could actually go both ways. You know, that they're protective of you, they see your potential, and you're also protective of them. It's interesting, again, we got the soul family. This could be perhaps someone that's a part of your soul family, part of your circle. You know, the circle of people who just have your back. Again, we were talking about people having your back over here. Okay. All right. Let's get another oracle card. Ooh, seeing you. Ooh, the lettuce of desire. I love it. With a 3, we have the sign of Cancer, the symbol of Earth, we have a planchette, and the moon. So Cancer could be a very significant placement. Cancer is also ruled by the moon, so there's a lot of water energy here, even though we do have an Earth symbol. Something about maybe something balancing out between you two. Or your energies just kind of balance each other out. And the planchette. So I'm actually going to read from their guidebook, because I do appreciate this guidebook. All right, so fulfillment in many areas of your life can be found by working a little more on your current relationships. Overcoming challenges is indicated. Okay. And new material gain and recovery are also shown. Lettuce helps us get better physically and emotionally. We were talking about kind of like multiple aspects happening here, yeah. It asks that you watch the way you are caring for yourself and to be careful about what it is you are focused on. Are your desires really serving your truth? Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that could be part of this path. Especially if this is something you've been working on, you've been working towards for a long time. Our 9 of Wands here. Be careful, do not take risks. That mentorship, our 8 of Wands and 9 of Wands, this kind of sequential happening. Something comes in real fast and it could be very overwhelming. It could be sometimes, even if it's great that something is, big and amazing comes in, it can also be overwhelming. So it's wonderful that it seems that someone is also coming along to be like, I can help you. I can't walk the path for you, but I can give you some advice. I can, show you a few steps to take. Like, they can just help out with that to reduce the risks happening and to help you overcome those obstacles. And it could be something, especially if it's like a business, where it's like, oh, well, you need this license. Make sure you have this paperwork filled out. Now, oh, did you know that there was, this grant or this scholarship opportunity? It could be something along those lines for sure. Okie dokie. All right, as always, I'm going to ask for any extra advice or guidance. Although I feel pile 1, that has been covered. But just in case, we're going to pull some extra cards for you. Okay. As I make a mess of my table, but that's fine. Ooh, 5 of Swords. Queen of Cups. A lot of Queen energy. A lot of internal energy happening here. And strength. Just seeing with the Sun and strength here. Both are Sun dominant, so I'm thinking of Leo. And water with the Cancer here. And another ace, another new beginning. And we have the sunrise here and aces with wands. I'm thinking of fire. Yeah, this is something big coming in. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, and you are stronger than you realize. With the 5 of Swords here, I get the sense that, like, the card is a lot, again, at its base, is like, it's about winning and losing. So even if you are the winner, which is wonderful, someone else may have to lose. Don't don't feel guilty for that. Don't let that overwhelm you, or that idea, or that imposter syndrome of like, well, do I really deserve this? Like, don't listen to those thoughts. You're winning this because of your hard work, the work and the effort you have put in. So make sure to listen to that and not this. It's interesting that the Ace of Wands came right on top of the Ten of Swords. Because again, you have free will. I feel as if it's the cards are saying if you make that conscious effort. It's not to say it's perfect. It's not to say you won't have these thoughts. It happens. We are human, but you are stronger than you think. And someone is going to come in and help you believe that, because again, this fell right on top of our other Leo card. 2 Leos right there. You know, you gotta trust yourself. You can overcome that. You can open that opportunity. But it's up to you. All right. So pile 1, I feel that is your read. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I always appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share the channel. It is super helpful. We always appreciate that. And feel free to leave a comment if you feel like sharing, or if just one of the cards or something just stood out to you. That I would love to hear from that. I'm always interested. Okay, so as always, any of the tools or the cards that I use that are available, I'll have them all listed below. Some of them I'll put links in there too. If you're interested in any of the artwork or the cards, I also have stickers and keychains and all kinds of stuff. I have a shop link below, so you can check those out. And yeah. So pile 1, until next time, take care of yourself, stay safe, and I will see you then. Okay, bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose pile 2, we're a little crooked. You chose the Yoshitani deck, Tarot of the Divine, and also our Bulge and our Stray Kids segment. So this was actually, it's a double-sided card, but this was one of my favorite creatures to research, and they have a really cool mythology behind them that deals with eclipses as well. You can see the creature, it's kind of this dog creature that's on fire, and it's holding the moon in its mouth. I just think they're neat. Neat. All right. Anyways, stop being a nerd. That's a lie. I can never do that. Okay. So we are going to pull some tarot cards and see what kind of abundance is coming into your life. If we can get some information on what it is, maybe what form. Like, oh, okay. Wow. All right. Ask and you shall receive. Here we go. What do we got? Ooh, 6 of Cups. I don't even know how many we have. 9 of Coins. 10 of Wands. Ooh, 6 of Wands. The 9 of Cups. Ooh, the Tower. 8 of Swords. This happened last pile as well. We got to the end of it. Oh, no. Maybe we can shuffle them in here. Hold on. Try to keep them somewhat out of the glare zone. Okay. And our Queen of Wands. There we go. So whatever is coming in instantly, because we only have one major arcana here, and it is the Tower. And not to scare anybody off, I promise you. But the Tower is a big significant change. And it's one of those changes that's like, it's coming no matter what, but it's how you face it that's gonna make all the difference. We have the 10 of Wands, and I'm very confident that this big drastic change, like, yes, there's going to be some upheaval, but I feel it's going to be for the better, because we have the 6 of Wands here. We have the 9 of Coins, the Queen of Wands, the 9 of Cups. So we have like a card of success, a card of wishes being granted, a card of like financial independence, a card of this wonderful internal creative energy, this fire, like some great, real good stuff happening here. But it's interesting. We also have the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Okay. Again, I'm getting a lot of, we were asking kind of like what kind of abundance is coming in. I feel like this is another pile with a little bit of a mixed bag. I feel like pile 2, the abundance that's coming in for you is a bit more kind of emotional and spiritual. Okay, hold on. The reason I say this... Okay, so we have cups. Okay, I'm trying to form a sentence, and it's hard. Sentence is hard at the moment. When this moment comes in, there's going to, I feel like it's a shift in perspective. It's a shift in how you view things. It's the end, because maybe before the way you were doing things, perhaps even from your childhood, because the Six of Cups is about childhood. Can be, it's about many things, as the cards tend to do. But it's tens are endings. Something is ending. And yes, this is the Ten of Wands. It's putting down burdens. It's the end of burdens that have been weighing heavily. But I say, because again, we have this beautiful like tree growing out of the skull. So I get like just, again, a very metaphorical picture of a new way of seeing a thing, like literally, I don't want to say blow your mind. I don't know if that's the right phrase to use for this particular like imagery, but it's something very drastic and it leads to a new path. And a very successful one. A lot of times there's, the idea of manifestation where, what we think we become. The idea of like how our thoughts guide us will directly reflect like on our physical world. And I feel like with the Eight of Swords, this is about coming out of your comfort zone, coming out of your cave, coming out and like just, yeah, it's just really interesting that Nine of Cups is over here. It's like something coming out and embracing something new. Could be a person. Again, we have the cups here. This is about emotions. So this could be a person. We have fire and water here. Something, yeah. It could be, yeah, embracing your wishes, what you really want to do moving forward. And that realizing that passion that you have changes so much. Again, we have this wonderful, like maybe it's something you've wanted since a child, since you were a kid. Again, this kind of reaching up energy, reaching towards the past, reaching towards that nostalgia because it's a wish you've always wanted. But because you realize this new way of thinking could be positive thinking, could be how you think about money, it could be how you think about maybe, love or relationships, could be how you think about even spirituality here. We have a Hawaii deity, Pele. I believe this is Pele. But there's destruction here with the volcano, but there's also rebirth. That accent. La, la, la. The volcanic ash is also very fertile, and things can grow from it. So there's this destruction happening, this upheaval. And sometimes when there is a big change in our mental perspective on something, big things do happen. For us, internally. It doesn't have to be this, ground breaking moment and, it goes viral on the internet, although it could. It's not to say it won't. It could be something internal. It could be, getting out of your comfort zone, changing your perspective on something, realizing maybe you're not trapped, realizing, you don't have the limitations that you've put on yourself. You see these swords kind of sticking in the fur. I don't know, I'm not fur, the coat, the animal skin this person is wearing. And so they might feel pinned down, but in reality, they could escape that. And it might leave them vulnerable, and it might leave them in an uncomfortable situation. But from that, there's so much growth that can happen. So I feel this is an abundance in a lot of different levels for you, but the main level is like emotional and mental. There's going to be a big shift there. Dang, awesome. Okay, so can we please get some information from our oracle? Oh my God. Didn't mean to peek there, but all right, you're getting all of the astral houses and such today. We are looking at challenges, blocks, or affirmations, just anything to help us look at how this big change is coming to pass for our pile 2. Okay. Dang. You got a lot. All right. July. Okay. So this is a timeless read. We just came out of July. So I feel like this is something that you started doing, maybe the mental work or the meditation, the manifestation is something you have really started focusing on recently. So if you're watching this in the future, it doesn't necessarily mean July. It could be something you started the previous month or something that you started very recently. Again, always take timing with a grain of salt. Ooh, okay, we got success and happiness. Y'all saw him came out. Yep. That is lovely. Okay, key, successful outcome to your problem. Table, hard work ahead. Flying bird, news is on the way. Tankard, celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Wow. If anybody's familiar with the Tea Leaf Oracle deck, it's kind of rare to get like a positive lineup. We'll just put it that way, like a solidly positive lineup. And even with hard work ahead, I don't feel like that's a negative thing. Because especially we were talking about like this big mental shift, and that is hard. That is difficult work. Don't ever let anybody tell you that it is not, because it definitely is. But it's also an opportunity to see how strong you are, to realize how strong you are, because you are strong. You do have incredible strength, seeing just how far you can go. Going from feeling this trapped and enclosed into this field of victory. Letting all this new thoughts, this new way of viewing the world, letting that come out, letting things fall away. That is hard. That's not easy. But from that, again, success here, celebration, fun, enjoyment, news on the way. Maybe there's some kind of information you learn, something you hear, you overhear, that kind of brings this moment home, brings this tower, brings this shift to you. Or it's something you heard recently. Maybe there's a follow-up to it. Yeah, something with that news. We'll get some cards. Come here. It's a bit hot and humid today. I just have a fan going in the background, so it's the cards get a little sticky sometimes. Come on. There we go. Okay. Whoop. Okay. So speaking of celebration, fun, and enjoyment, that is the card of celebration, fun, and enjoyment. So I was pulling that for news. Yeah, number 4 here. I also realized we just have 2 9s, 2 6s. Dang. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, burping just on the side. Part of the news could be something celebratory, something that is worth taking note of and celebrating. That absolutely, sometimes these big epiphanies, sometimes they can come from really good happenings. Oh my God, I'm just burping all over the place. I'm so sorry. Whew, let's try this again. Yeah, so sometimes these big shifts, these big epiphanies, the big tower moments can also come from good happenings. Because good things can also be big and overwhelming. And it's like, oh my God, I never thought that was possible. I never thought I could do that. I never thought, going out of your comfort zone and something happens and you're like, oh my God, that was amazing. We should, I should totally celebrate that. And then you realize just how much you can do. You realize your power, kind of come into that as well. That could be part of this news, part of something coming in. Which, wow. Table 2. It's not table 2. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with my brain. We're doing our best. We're doing the best we can with the resources we got. And those resources shift day. Today's an interesting one. Wisdom. 22. Leo. Okay, Leo. And Leo season is just starting right now. It starts in July and goes through most of August. Not all of it. Virgo kind of takes that last little chunk. I'm not sure where to put that. But also fire. Okay. Put this over here. Yeah, I feel like something in Leo season right now, because we're also in the Lion's Gate, which is kind of a big shifting energy right now. Very fiery. Again, started in July. We're kind of in Leo season, so if you're watching this in the future, something in this next Leo season could be very significant for you. Or Leo could be a prominent placement in your chart or someone else that has a significant impact in your life. Wisdom, this mental shift. This is going to make you wiser. Not to saying you weren't wise before. Obviously you had a level of wisdom. You certainly had the backing for it. You've done the research and, you've educated yourself to a point that you're moving up a level. That's part of this. Like, I don't feel you would be going through doing this work, diving deep and doing the work. It's also interesting. We're talking about the Bulgay creature here. Has that their myth is about eclipses, and we are also in an eclipse season. So it's an interesting little happenstance there. Okay. 22nd could be something happening on the 22nd of August or the 22nd of the next month. Again, I'm just looking at Leo season. Always take timing with a grain of salt. Never know. All right, we've got some tokens. Let's see what the tokens say got 2. Okie okay. Yeah, this is something that is both spiritual. This is internal. This is a big internal shift that is going to reflect on your outside world, but I feel like the biggest impact is going to be inside, because we have elemental balance here and this kind of spiritual, the idea of ritual. There could be a difference in your day-to-day, in like the day-to-day rituals that we have. Doesn't necessarily have to be religious, but something in your day-to-day practice could also shift with this newfound balance that you get. Okay. So, we were asking about like challenges or blocks, but I feel like this is the challenge and block. Like the abundance is coming in because you are overcoming this blockage, this challenge. Like that, a little bit of reverse. I was asking in the like pile 1, I was like, okay, these are the challenges. All right, this is what we're going to be looking out for. And it's like, nope, that is the main story here. Ooh, I did want to read from our guidebook, because I really love the entries for these. External assistance should be sought, which can take the form of personal consultancy. Can take the form of personal consultancy. I can read. I'm also dyslexic, which makes it fun. External assistance should be sought, which can take the form of personal consultancy or research. You do not have all the facts or facilities just yet, but are still in a good position. They indicate success through diligent application, clearly applying, and yeah, this could be part of that news. Seeking out could be someone who works in manifestation, could be a mental health professional, could be a dear friend, like could be your guides. You know, your spiritual practice could play a big part in this, asking a higher power for help, for sure. They indicate success through diligent application and also heralds new romantic relationships. Be wary of speaking your mind without care of others around you, as you are not going to be the most knowledgeable or experienced. Okay. So that's a little interesting tidbit there. Which is interesting, yeah, for wisdom. It's like sometimes we think we know all the facts. We think we know all the things. But maybe we're missing like a little piece of information. So that was very interesting about like reaching out. And someone you trust. I'm just looking over here at the 6 of Cups. The idea of this person is reaching out to someone they really trust. It could be maybe someone they've known from childhood friend, or someone or a higher power that's been with them for a very long time. You know? Okay. I would like to get some final advice or guidance. Oh my goodness, I cannot shuffle today. For our pile 2s. Ooh, okay. Pulled out 1, out came 3. It's always very interesting when that happens. Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. Ooh, the Devil. And the King of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. Really interesting. We have both the Ace and the King. That's kind of like from literally A to Z. So yeah, something... okay, let me try to put my words in place. It's harder than you think. I just get the sense it's something that started in the physical world, and it's made it's kind of gone inward, and it's going to end, and like it's going to come full circle in the physical world. And that, again, we could be talking about okay, again, abstract concepts into words is difficult, especially with brain fog. So it's starting, I don't know, for some of you, I feel like this is something that started in the physical realm, your physical reality. You either notice something, you're like, something, I feel like I'm limiting myself, or maybe you got to a place in your life and you felt like you plateaued, and you're like, I think there's something more. And this Knight of Wands, the Wands is about the spirit. It's fire. We're looking at the Queen of Wands over here as well. This fire energy with the court cards. And the Knight of Wands, and again, it's a knight. They're very action-oriented cards. So you took action, which is awesome. Like, some people kind of plateau and they're like, I'm good here. But you're like, no, there's something more to this. There's something more to this. And I feel like with this card, it's like you literally have faced down your inner demons, your inner devil, if you will. Those limiting beliefs, the imposter syndrome, the false narratives that society builds around us, like all of those things you have faced. You have taken off these chains. And right now it's like you have like a little more to go. Again, like these people had to take off the chains. This person doesn't even have to really remove chains. They just have to kind of like take that final step, throw off the the coat and be perceived by the world. And from that, then we have the King of Pentacles, which is, again, this kind of full circle. You see this come all the way around. And because you have this like internal epiphany, this internal shift, this shift in the way you think, in the way you perceive things, in the way you view the world, that gets reflected into your physical reality in a very positive way. The King of Pentacles, again, these are energies, they're not genders, but this is the outward manifestation of physical resources. And not only that, but someone who's also very grounded and wise with their resources, is very generous as well. So that I feel is a big one for you. For sure. Okay. Absolutely love that you got success and happiness in your astral houses. That is awesome. So yeah, pile 2. Dang. I don't know what else to say. I feel like this is your read. So a big change is coming for you, but I feel like it is a change that you have been working on and is welcome for you, internally for you. I just love, again, we have the eclipse, the myth. So real quick, if you don't know the Bulgari, the idea is that the king of the underworld in Korean mythology, again, this is as far as I understand it. If anybody knows more about the story, please jump in the comments and let me know. But the king of the underworld wanted light so badly that they created a creature, a dog-like creature, made of fire, or like they were very, very full of flames, to go capture the sun. I think it was the sun first. There's 2 of these creatures, I believe. And so the creature ran up into the sky and swallowed the sun. But it was so hot that it spit it back out. And that's where we get an eclipse. And the reason why they keep happening is because and the same thing happened with the moon. Except when the creature swallowed it, the second creature swallowed it, it was so cold that they had to spit it back out. So we get the idea of an eclipse, this kind of rebirth. And they're very loyal creatures, so they're constantly chasing after the sun and the moon, and that's why we have these eclipses. So I always thought that was just like a really cool story. So anyways, that's the story behind those. But it's just interesting. Okay, I was like, how was I tying this in? But the idea of the eclipse, eclipses are just an incredible shift of energy. And pile 2, I feel like you are either in or about to go in an incredible shift of energy internally. And it's not easy. Again, we got hard work ahead. Like, it is not an easy thing. But you're going to come out the other side wiser, and I want to say richer, but not like perhaps in the physical sense, which would be awesome. But just a richer individual. Again, you were this Queen of Wands with Pele and the destruction through the volcano. But from that is built a foundation that is nurturing, that is fertile, that amazing things can grow from. All right, pile 2. This is your read. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. Really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share if you feel called to. Always lovely to hear from people, so please leave a comment if you felt you were vibing with something, or if you really love bay leaves. I love bay. Anyways, any of the cards and tools that we used, I'll make sure to list in the description. Some of them I'll have links, but I try to list everything. If you're interested in the cards or any of the artwork that was shown here, I do have a link to my shop with other artwork and other cards and stickers and keychains. And it's not all K-pop. I promise we have other stuff there too. So you can check that out. Okay, so pile 2, thank you so much. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and we will see you then. Okay, bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose pile 3, you chose the Lightseeker's Tarot deck, and then you also chose the Gumiho, which is the nine-tailed fox. Okay, let's dive in. We're going to pull tarot cards to find out more about what is the kind of abundance that is going to be coming in for you. Is it mental, emotional, spiritual, physical? Combination thereof. So far it's been kind of a combo happening, which makes sense. Many of those things are very much connected. So, something happens mentally for you or emotionally for you that absolutely can reflect physically. So, makes sense. Okay. Let us get some cards. What? Oh, jeez. Okay. What is going on for our pile 3s? Dang. All right. I don't know how many cards we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. We got 8. Because we're about to go. We are in August, so that's 8. Just a little synchronicity if you're watching this in the future. Wow, brain. We blanked. Okay, hi, we're back. If you're watching this in the future, it's just something very significant. Could be happening in this particular month for you, or happening in August. It's just interesting. We have 8 cards, and we are currently in August. So we have the Fool, the 4 of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. You just hear my disbelief like slowly ramping up. 7 of Swords, King of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Dang. Okay. Okay. I just got two queens here right together. Freaking love that. There's definitely something new starting for you. Like there is some new adventure. We have the Fool here, the first in the major arcanas, and actually the only major arcana in this lineup. Really fascinating. This came out at the very beginning. Yeah, something new is starting. Something big too. And just the Four of Wands, I'm just getting this like very celebratory celebration, the idea of like being in your energy. Queens and kings are about energies. So when I say like queen energy, I'm just thinking of this self-confidence. You know, it's queens are very internal. It's that self-confidence, the self-nurturing, self-love. So the idea like you are coming into that power. You're coming into that energy. Okay, sorry. I'm just like, that's awesome. Just these two together, I freaking love. Because there's this spark. Again, the Queen of Wands is about fire and creativity, and like fire is a very spiritual element for the tarot. And the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm seeing this same coin here. This big orange coin is reflected here. So yeah, something, whatever is starting for you is both like, there's a very spiritual aspect for it. And I see that as like, there's something very creative that you're very creatively drawn to. But it's also something that like you do in your physical reality. Could be a job, could be a hobby, could be a field of study. Like there's something, and you're getting the opportunity to be very generous with it. And even have this reciprocal that it could be, yeah, there's something, because I'm seeing the Four of Wands. So I get the idea of, let's say you're a content creator. Oh God, I'm burping a lot. Yeesh. Oof, I'm so excited. My body can't handle it. Let's say you're, for an example, you're a content creator and what you've been putting out into the world, you know, finally, like, let's say it starts picking up. And I say this, I just realize as I'm like a small content creator. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I don't know. Maybe this is a read for me too. But the idea of like what you're putting out is celebrated. What you're bringing into the physical world is being celebrated. Very interesting. We also have all of this green, which is the heart chakra, which is also reflected on your card, the Gumiho. And okay, so little synchronicity here. This is a double-sided card. So the Gumiho has like a gem or a pearl of wisdom, if you will. And it's like, it's a very important part of like who they are, and what they are. And it's just very interesting because part of the mythology surrounding the Gumiho, the nine-tailed fox, is that they're known to steal and eat the hearts of, like, I think it's, and again, it depends on the region, it depends on the mythology. But I know in some regional folklore, they steal and eat the hearts of like greedy men. Some are like they just straight up steal the hearts. Some are like they just shapeshift. It's very regional. The nine-tailed fox is like, there's a lot of different mythologies depending on where you are in Asia. But again, I love mythology and I love researching it, so it's a lot of fun. It's just interesting we're kind of dealing with the hearts Maybe you're going to steal the hearts of people everywhere. Like, maybe that's the thing. It's very interesting. We also have a K-pop idol reflected here. And the Seven of... Okay, that's kind of funny. The Seven of Swords. Kind of like getting away with it, too. I don't know. It's just that it feels silly, but it also feels very resonant for some reason. And yeah. Okay. So, all right. Moving on. So we have the King of Swords here and also the Eight of Wands. So again, this fire energy, something is going to happen quickly. Something's going to happen like quick and fast. Because swords is air. Air is also like one of the fastest moving suits. Air is the fastest moving suit, only second to fire. So you have a lot of fire and air here. Okay. Sorry, I'm sometimes I kind of like stare at the cards for a bit and we try to form words as abstract kind of thoughts and processes are coming to us, and it takes us a minute. There's like a couple with this card in particular, there's like a couple different kind of messages coming through. One of which is like, I'm just getting like both the positive and negative side of being like, let's say, again, if you're going with the example of being a content creator, of going viral, there's a positive side to that where you get a lot of new followers, you get a lot of new connections, you engage with a bigger audience. There's also the flip side to that where you can get trolls, you can get people making a lot of noise, but none of it's like, again, just people being loud for the sake of being loud and not presenting any sort of intelligent input or arguments. For it, they're just yelling into the internet, which they have the right to do. It's like, okay, but you don't have to listen to that. So that's why I was kind of getting this conflicted energy with this. And it's very interesting that, yeah, we have the King of Swords here, another bird. We have the owl, another raven. We have the bat. Makes sense. Swords, air, birds, bats, flying creatures. But the King of Swords, kings are energies. Again, like queens are energies. Kings are an external energy. What you present perhaps to the outside world, to what people see, might be much more aloof and kind of closed off. And that might be a little bit of advice for this abundance coming in. Not everybody may be happy with that because not everybody, you can't please everybody. And some people are just going to be mad for no reason. So taking that and kind of detaching emotionally from those posts, those trolls. Again, I'm using that kind of online internet persona or situation as an example. But yeah, taking that step back. Swords is a very mental suit. It can also be, in the court cards, can be a little aloof. It can be a little cold. It can be like, again, in comparison to like fire, which is much more reactive and it's fire. Air can kind of rise above. It can kind of be cool and just move back and just think of things very logically and methodically. So if you're running into this energy of people, making noise to make noise, maybe, and they're not presenting any sort of, they're not contributing to the conversation, whatever is happening, or it's, you get this, again, I'm just saying like this big change, this big new adventure coming in, and someone's just like, yeah, but, do you deserve that? Like, they're projecting their own insecurities onto you. Like, taking a step back from that, seeing it for what it is, doesn't make it right, doesn't make it okay, does not, absolutely not. But seeing it for what it is can give you that King of Swords energy. Like, internally, you can sit in that Queen energy. Internally, you are just, you're living it up. You are basking in the warmth of everything you have achieved, of the adventure that's coming for you, the excitement of it. Externally, you could have this, like, super aloof, chill, like a very different way of interacting specifically with those people or that energy that comes at you. And the Eight of Wands here, like, this could be coming in pretty fast. This could be a sequence of events that happen very fast, too. So this could be a bit of advice. Again, we always ask for advice, but this could also be that if things happen fast, that's great. But it also might be good to, like, don't be reactive. If people be people. If those few, those loud and angry few decide to kick up a fuss, like, you don't have to react. You don't have to be reactive to their inflammatory content. Again, example, that might be right on the nose for some of you, or it could just be, again, we're looking at an example of the situation. I just love, it's like on the flip side, it's like, you might steal hearts and also get away with it. Like, we still have that energy happening here as well. Which I freaking love. Okay, so the abundance coming in, yeah, I'm seeing something that's like this fire and earth, this creativity and physical resources, this new adventure coming in for you, this new chapter maybe. It doesn't have to be, it could be a physical journey for some. But it could also be like just a new adventure, a new chapter in your life, which is super, okay, super exciting. All right, so can we get some information about maybe challenges, blockages, or confirmations for our pile 3s? Oh, okay. Cheese and rice. It's like, really? Is it absolutely necessary? Cards are like, yes. Yes, it is. Nope, got one. Ooh, Soul Family. Okay. This came out in another pile. Just not a. Oh, hold on. We'll find the words. It'll come to me in a second, but just like, it's information, not a recommendation. Observation. That's the word we're looking. I don't know why I smacked the token. Observation is not a recommendation, but this did come out in pile 2, I think. What is time and concept? Okay. But we have a token of Soul Family. So let's take a look at this. Ooh, December. Okay. I'm not sure yet about that. We'll put that to the side. Ooh, interesting. That's falling under the Fool. All right, we'll take that into consideration. Cracked Cup, dissatisfaction with life. Frying Pan, trouble and accusations. Ooh. That 7 of Swords I'm getting the vibe for. Rat, someone working against you behind your back. Okay, this is definitely, I'm feeling like, talking about challenges. And blocks as well. This dissatisfaction with life, this cracked cup. That could be the reason that you're setting out on this new venture, this new journey, this new path. Is you're like, there's more to this. There's more to life. There's more to my life. and what I want to do and what I need to do, what I feel called to do. The Queen of Wands, again, is a very spiritual card. So it's creativity. It's again, because creativity comes from the spirit. At least I believe it does. So it's embracing that and moving forward with it. And so that could be part of the challenge that you have come up against. So, Eagle, triumph over trouble and obstacles. Love it. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Ooh. Barrel, you feel something lacking in your life. Just talking about that. This cracked cup. Barrel. Perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay, yeah. The challenge I feel that you are in the process of overcoming, you are stepping into this new journey, this new chapter in your life, is due to this. You felt something lack. You're like, something there. I feel like there's something more. Interesting. These came out in kind of like framing. Okay. I'm going to get some more cards for trouble, accusation, someone working against you behind your back. But I feel like we were talking about that Seven of Swords energy. People not being nice, or again, projecting their own insecurities onto you and being mad about it. And instead of, it's like, this is why, like, I don't view jealousy necessarily as a bad thing. You can see something that someone is doing or something that somebody has and be like, I want that too. And you can feel a little jealous. Like, we're human. I feel like that's natural. But then you can make efforts to go and also achieve that or also get that. It's like you can figure out ways to be like, you know what, I also want a small business. I also want to run my own company. I also want to take a vacation to this particular, place, or, I also want to learn a language. Like, whatever it is, you see that and you're like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do that too. So then you both have it. And maybe you help other people to do that. And again, like, you can take that jealousy and turn it into something very positive. I feel like it's very easy sometimes to people to go into envy, where it's like, well, I want that, so they shouldn't have it. Or, it's just like, oh, that person is speaking a language, but they don't speak it perfectly, so I'm going to make fun of them. Or someone, oh, that person's like learning a new skill. Well, I actually want that skill too, but I've told, again, they've like, well, I've told myself that's impossible for me, or that's not achievable. And they immediately, like, there's this bitter twist that happens. I don't know. I have a very unique view on jealousy and envy, but I feel like a lot of times, people who are mean and cruel for no reason, they have a lot of internalized insecurity. They have a lot of internalized toxicity. And it's like, you could have this too. You could have these freedoms. You could have this self-expression. You could have so much more if you just believed in yourself and healed a lot of that toxicity, which I know is easier said than done. It's not easy. So props to the people who have done that work. Come on. Cards don't want to shuffle. It is very hot today, and we just have a fan on, so the cards are a little fighting. They're a little bit fighting me today. Okay. Could we please get some information on our frying pan and the rat situation? Ooh, interesting. This came in reverse, and it's also the King of Swords. I'm kind of seeing this as like a reflection. We were talking about yeah, I usually read upright, but I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna put it upright for the camera, but I'm gonna remember that came out in reverse. I feel this is a direct reflection. We were talking about the King of Swords, we were talking about, oh, yeah, okay. So we were talking about earlier about how to not be reactive if people are kicking up a fuss, if there's trolls, if there's, just people being unhelpful, people just not contributing to the conversation. They're just being cruel or mean for the sake of it. They're projecting, all of that stuff. And how to not combat it, but how to initially deal with it is taking a step back emotionally. Even if inside you are like, oh my God, I am awesome. Because you are. Taking a step back and being aloof, coming at the situation, the issue with this kind of very precise logic. On the flip side, we have, if we have the King of Swords in reverse, this could be someone who, I don't want to say it's the negative version. It's like a lower vibration of that. So it's like, instead of being kind of aloof and pulled back and just kind of like, okay, let's look at this very logically. Let's, it's cold, but it's like that cold in a heartless way. So someone like taking that interpretation of what you did or how you approached the issue and saying like, oh, that person has no heart. They're an emotionless robot. They, how could they do that? Like someone accused like that kind of accusing of like, because sometimes like people want that fiery reaction. They want to fight. And it's like, if you come at it, you're like, no, I don't want to. Then they're just like, oh, well, I guess you don't care about the issue. I guess this. And it's like, no, that's not what they said at all. That is nothing like what they were talking about. They just, yeah. So I could see that. Ooh, 2 of Wands. Someone working against you behind your back. I get the sense that someone is not pleased with your decision. Because the two of Wands is about making plans and making a choice. You see, this person has the world in their hands. There's 2 wands. There's 2 paths. 2 ways to do this. And it could be that someone, I just get this, that like someone was like, well, you should have done it this way. For whatever reason. I don't know. Yeah, someone, never let someone else's, perceived disappointment or something of such like influence. Sorry, I have to shift my chair a bit. Like influence the decisions you make. This is clearly a journey and a new path for you, because it's what you need to do. You need to live your life. Maybe the path you were on, this person was very comfortable with because it benefited them in some way, versus you being like, you know what? No, I need to break out and do my own thing. I need to walk my own path. I need to celebrate my life. I need to do that for me. And, ooh, and I just remembered we had the soul family. Something that's coming up with that is like, the 4 of Wands here is a celebration. You see these 2 figures kind of like they're having a good time. There's a tent. I'm just thinking of like the Burning Man festival or something, but just, yeah, is people having fun and celebrating. It's a big joyous occasion. This is being celebrated. If there are people, perhaps in your circle of people, friends, family, however that manifests for you in your reality, who are against this journey, who put up resistance, or even bring forth accusations. Again, I'm thinking like this flip side of, how could you go on this journey and either like not take me or not consider me or something. Like, again, it comes back to them. that may not be a person to keep in your circle of people or a part of your soul family. And that is something only you can know. But I have found that the people who celebrate you are the ones that you want to keep around you. The people who make it about them, who, if you try to do something for yourself that is fulfilling, that is your calling, and they make it about them, they're just like, oh, how could you do this to me? How could, again, they make it about them. It's very, first off, it's very narcissistic. And that may not be something or someone you want to, you may want to just consider where they stand with you. I am not a mental health professional. I am not a life counselor. I'm not licensed in any of those things. So please take what resonates. Talk to a mental health professional if that's something you need to consider or need to dive deeper into. Okay. Certainly. Some solid challenges, but again, I don't feel it's anything you can't overcome. Oh, and we had December here too. This is something that could have either been starting since the previous December or previous winter, depending on where you are in the southern or northern hemisphere. When this video goes up, we're going to be in August. So if you're watching this in the future, it could be the opposite season. So if you're in summer, it could be winter. It could be spring, it's fall, or fall, it's spring, like that. It's either the solstice or like the equinox. You can look at it that way too. So it could have been something that started in the opposite season, or it's something, this journey you're starting on is gonna, like, you're starting on it. And again, we have the Eight of Wands here. So I feel like oh my God, brain, sorry. I do math really quick. I'm like, what's half of 12? The brain fog is so real. I'm just, ugh. So in about 6 months of time, you could see a drastic difference. So it's either something you started 6 months ago or something that is going to significantly shift your life in the next 6 months. I don't know why we're doing this. All right. Let us get a plant oracle card. Sometimes we make our own sound effects. That's just how it do. All right, let's see. Ooh, the ritual corn. And Leo. Again, the second time Leo has come out in a read. So something is kicking off this month. And we have December here. We have the number 10. So something could be a major point in October, just kind of like along the way. It could be something on the 10th of this next month. Again, right now we're in Leo season. So if you're watching this in the future, Leo season could be very significant. I'm looking at this because I'm a Leo and my birthday's on the 10th. So I'm like, I wonder if I'm getting called out right now too. Right there with you. We shall see. The ritual, we have the symbol for earth and incense as well. So there could be a call to burn incense as like part of your spiritual practice, if that's something you do. Or just, and again, not everybody can burn incense. I'm one of those people, I'm really sensitive to smoke and smells. So sometimes incense is too much for me. But I can still burn candles, whatever. Just pay attention to your rituals, the offerings, make sure that's balanced and grounded. I'm getting grounding, the act of meditation or going for a walk, whatever you do to kind of ground yourself could be very important. And considering this whatever drama this is, and the fast changes that are coming. Again, 8s here. And 4, just derivatives to 8s. Anyways, grounding could be a very important part of your daily ritual. Again, an observation is that I think it was, pile 2. We definitely had some insight about ritual, like daily rituals and balance and stuff. So just an observation. If you feel called, you can always check out that pile, but it is never a requirement. All right, so we're asking for any final guidance, advice. Oh, geez. Okay. Ask and you shall receive. I just see 33 even on the timer on my computer, so. Okay. Getting some number synchronicities here, too. Page of Swords. Yeah, something new is starting. Page of Swords, 7 of Cups, King of Cups, another King. Ooh, and the 10 of Cups. I love the 10 of Cups. A lot of cups. This is something that we were talking about, the kind of abundance coming in being like physical and spiritual. But again, there's a connection between all 4 bodies. Your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical body. This new start, this new path you're taking, yes, you're going to have to, like, there's going to be cutting away of the BS, for sure. But despite the drama, despite the, I don't even know if I want to call it drama, of just like the twists and turns, the ups and downs, you are coming out on top. I don't know how else to say it. You're coming out on top. Deep personal strength and peace that assures success. You know, you have the sun coming up over this valley. You have the rainbow here. You know, we also talk about like that dissatisfaction with life, the feeling the lack of something. You're going to find that fulfillment very deeply, very deeply. Like, Cups is about emotions. And it could be love. It could be a partnership with someone. It could be a partners. Could be friends. Could be, again, finding more of your circle of people. You know, that could absolutely be expanding. Yeah, just, I feel like pile 3, you've always had a big heart, but I feel like you're moving into a space where you can express it with this 10 of Cups. And so it could be like right now you have to kind of embody that King of Swords energy, that a little bit, that emotional detachment because of shenanigans happening here. But you are going to, I mean, again, internally, we have these 2 gorgeous queens, you know, and they are going to help support that big heart of yours. Yeah, which I just, wow. Just wow. Yeah, doors are going to open for you. You're going to have options. So don't let anyone dissuade you from the path you want. And I just find it interesting, this page is looking directly at this person about to go, the Fool. This new start, this leap of faith. It's kind of walking into the unknown, because it's like you starting a new path. You can't know everything. And that's okay. Yeah, it can be scary, but you're moving out of this barrel and the cracked cup. Yeah, you're moving away from that into something amazing. Wow. Okay. Well, pile 3, keep me posted. Um, if you feel comfortable, I would love to know like what journey you might be starting out on, like what new path you might be looking towards. Uh, that's always exciting. It's always a little scary, but it's always very, very exciting. So I'd love to hear from you. So as always, little housekeeping, please like, subscribe if you feel called to. Please share the channel. It's very helpful to kind of like help us grow. We are tiny. Always appreciate it. Any of the cards or tools I used today will be listed in the description below. Some will have links just in case. And if you are interested in any of the artwork or the cards, I do have a shop. I'm also an artist. I have stickers and keychains, and it's not all K-pop, I promise. A lot of original stuff too. So you can always check that out. The link will be in the description. Okay. So that's I think all the housekeeping for now. And pile 3. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I very much appreciate it. Sending you lots of amazing positive energy. It might be a little scary, but you got this. You got this. All right. So until next time, take care of yourself. Stay safe. And I will see you then. Bye.